Ladies and gentlemen, here's my mommy and daddy from my friend Fred.
Friends and relatives and family skeletons, they all came over last night. Rant and ravers and nosy neighbors and people who can start a fight. Some were black, some were white, some got loose and some got tight. The joint was jumping and the party was out of sight.
I thought they'd never leave. I thought they'd never leave. I thought they'd never leave. I thought they'd never leave.
Late last Sunday, it was almost Monday, a long-lost buddy dropped by. He and his wife had the time of their life while we held open one eye. They got sentimental and started to cry. I smiled politely and heard myself lie. With friends like you, I sure am a lucky guy.
I thought they'd never leave.
The door wasn't locked.
I thought they'd never leave.
They saw me wind up the clock.
I thought they'd never leave.
They just sat there and talked.
I thought they'd never leave.
I thought they'd never leave.
I thought they'd never leave.
My eyeballs turned red.
I thought they'd never leave.
We finally went to bed.
I thought they'd never leave.
They just sat there and read.
I thought they'd never leave.
Oh Lord, I thought they'd never leave.
Frank, are you asleep?
Partly.
I was just thinking about how lucky we are.
I wasn't.
Oh, really, Frank? I mean, we're so lucky.
Listen, honey, I'm glad you feel that way. Now, let's go to sleep before our luck changes.
Aren't you even curious about the ways in which we're lucky?
Okay. What are the ways in which we're lucky? And please don't make your answer bigger than my curiosity.
Well, I mean, the way we get along with our in-laws. I like your parents and they like me. And you like my parents and they love you.
It's truly wonderful.
Only 3 hours ago, they were all here for dinner, and it was just like 6 friends getting together.
I think I'm going to cry.
I want to thank you, Frank, for being so tolerant of my father. I mean, it was very mature the way you ignored his comments.
What comments?
Well, I mean, what he said about that old boyfriend of mine.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, forget it. It was nothing.
Oh, that's all right. I'm used to hearing nothing from your father.
Really, Frank? He just mentioned that an old boyfriend of mine happens to be a millionaire now, and Dad said maybe I should have married him.
Well, maybe you should have, Kathy. Because then he'd have you, and I'd be the millionaire.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means a certain old coot should keep his mouth shut.
He happens to be my father.
No one's ever proved that.
Oh, I see. And I suppose your parents are Ozzie and Harriet. You remember at the wedding? Mother brought the police in to take my fingerprints.
Just a routine check.
Yeah? Well, this is a cashier's check. You can take this one to the bank. I'm not crazy about my in-laws, Frank.
Listen, Kathy, a lot of us in this bed feel the same way. But remember, we only see them at Christmas and on our anniversary. It's not something we have to face every day. It only happens twice a year. Now let's get some sleep.
Frank?
Yes, honey?
We're so lucky.
I thought they'd never leave.
You can visit us here.
I thought they'd never leave.
Let's make it perfectly clear.
I thought they'd never leave.
No more than twice a year.
I thought they'd never leave.
I thought they'd never leave. Thank you.
Thank you. And please welcome our guest, Mr. Adam Timoon.
The story for today is from Russia. The story of Litlova Redovskaya riding Hudovich. For the people who don't understand Russian, that means Little Red Riding Hood. For the people in the factory, that means Little Hot Welding Rod. Most people think Riding Hood was born in America. Don't you believe that? She was born in a little town called Rimpompopki Simkom Kuksvilovich, at the junction of Highway Ternovsky and Faivorovich, in the township of Mississaugovskovich. Everybody was happy because her grandfather, the great Soviet scientist Trudovich, he invented the interstellar space program, the interplanetary destruction projectile, frozen cabbage rolls, and how to have a child on Christmas Day 2 years in a row and then blow it the last time. Everybody was happy except for the grandmother. She's sick in the next village with a bad cold. Riding Hood's mother became very emotional, like most Slavic people, and sings to her daughter something like this. Why don't you go out in the woods today, give Granny a big surprise? Bring her some food and vodka too, I think it would be real nice. All right, my mama dear. I'll bring her a bottle of Russian beer. Today's the day Granny's gonna get loaded. Riding Hood starts walking through the village to Granny's house. I'm on my way to Granny's house, Granny's house, Granny's house. On my way to Granny's house, early in the morning. She comes to a clearing in the forest. There's a big sign that says, "Welcome to the Canadian hockey team's training camp, you lucky young lady." She heads straight for the front gate. Who should be hiding around the first corner? The Canadian hockey coach. He starts to serenade her in the romantic, contemporary Canadian style. C'hanno l'uno mezzo Mario, mamma mia, pazzerone, mamma mia, pasta fazoon. She's never been near Little Italy in Toronto. He's no dummy. He starts to sing to her in English. Going with that basket, could it be some food or wine? You look to me like a real hip swinger. Why don't we stay in the forest tonight? She's not dummy. She answers right away. Oh no. No, Seri. She's been in the woods before with Yakushev, Regulin, Karlamov. You know how many times they can score. She keeps walking. Unknown to her, the dirty rat, he knew shortcut to Granny's flat. He got there first, broke down the door, started chasing that poor old lady. Round the floor, upstairs, downstairs, front room, living room, hallway. He grabbed the poor old lady. She starts to scream. He grabbed her again. She starts to smile. Just as the Riding Hood comes running up the stairs. You leave my poor old Granny alone. She's too old for that kind of monkey business. The old lady says, just a minute. Maybe niet for the Soviet, but da for the big Canada.
Dearly beheaded, as you know,
I usually spend my time in quiet meditation in my condominium penthouse on the top floor of tax-free towers. But yesterday, I had occasion to go downtown to place a wager. And as I entered a place of business, I was confronted with a large white sign with big, black, bold letters that read, "Wipe your feet." Just that. Wipe your feet. Not, please wipe your feet. Not, please wipe your feet if they're dirty. No. Not, please take a look at your feet, and if you feel they should be wiped, do. No, sir. What it said was, wipe your feet. And what it meant was, wipe your feet, you jerk, or I'll break your arm. It was a command. And that bothered me. You see, I only take orders from my superiors. And I'm not sure where this order was coming from. Now, if it had said, wipe your feet, signed the Prime Minister, I'd probably do it. Or even if it said, wipe your feet, signed the Ayatollah, I'd be glad to wipe my feet on him. But the truth is, the order probably came from the man who has to clean the floor. Now, I believe that all men are equal and all that crap. But the thought of me, a noted religious entrepreneur, taking orders from some fourth grade dropout janitor who pulls down a lousy $6,000 a year, well, forget it. And yet it's so typical of the control and manipulation that most of us accept every day of our lives because we don't ever think about it. Let me give you another example. There's a laxative on the market right now, and it's advertised as the laxative that works while you sleep. Now think about it. Is that really such a good idea? A laxative that works while you sleep? Perhaps you should discuss it with your bed partner. Do they think you should take a laxative that works while you sleep? And yet it's so easy to control and manipulate us that in fact thousands of people buy and use that laxative. And to all of them I say, when you get up in the morning, wipe your feet. Amen.
Uplifting, wasn't it?
Really class stuff. No, he doesn't always write such drivel.
I enjoy drivel. So I'm not gonna. I've made a living out of writing drivel.
Steve has written, well, all the comedy things that we do on the show, Steve writes. And this week he's also written the song that I'm going to sing.
Oh, isn't that a nice view?
And I don't want you to laugh at this song.
No, don't laugh.
It's not intended to be funny.
Actually, the way I got into comedy, I was singing ordinary songs. People were laughing. I thought I might as well do comedy.
Might as well.
But it's very nice of you to sing one of my songs.
Love to.
If you don't, I'll break your nose. This is called Someone's Been Reading My Mail.
Someone's been telling the moon at night, I'm feeling blue, won't you turn down your light? Someone's been telling me who failed. It's like someone's been reading my mail. Someone's been telling the moon at night, I'm feeling blue, won't you turn down your light? Someone's been telling the stars not to shine, wishes come true but not mine. Everyone knows about the love we had, everyone knows that I hurt so bad, everyone knows it was me who failed. It's like someone's been reading my mail. It's like someone's been reading my mail.
Hi, we're here at the Comedy Club this week to see Shawn Thompson.
You know, a lot of magicians do tricks with rabbits, and I'm not really a magician, but, well, heck, I wanted to show you my rabbit, too. Anyway, I know the little fella would get hurt, so I'm going to put him away. Although if I put him on the stool, he might fall off, and if I put him on the floor, he may just run away. Shh, 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 shh. Okay. Good, a nice crowd. A little warped, but a nice crowd. It's wonderful. I got jokes about the poor, and I know you like those a lot. I was actually standing backstage, listening to the energy in this room and listening to all you people, and I had this funny feeling that you people were really going to enjoy the show this evening, and, well, I had this sort of strange feeling in the back of my mind that you would probably find me the funniest human being you've ever seen in your life. I don't know if you'd call that an intuition or a premonition or what, but that's what I felt. Actually, particularly this table would find me very funny. They would be laughing at a lot of my jokes. And this is actually the new Detroit Metro Pass coming out this summer, and we think it's going to be a hot number. And I was just in Montreal recently. Montreal's a very fashion-conscious town, and it's like a town filled with those people that you went to school with that were always well-dressed and always dressed in the most in fashions. We had one guy when I went to school. His name was Tony. He was an Italian guy. Say that's unique. And he was always well-dressed. He had a lot of money, and consequently, he was one of my best friends. And he was one of the first friends to get a car, and at school that was great because we always had to take the bus after school, and it was great because he had a car. He didn't do the typical Italian thing either and buy a Firebird. He bought a Camaro, and he had some important options put on it, like foam-free dice to hang from the windshield and little lunch pail for a hood ornament. It was a cute car. It was good going on. We thought it was great going home from school because we'd be able to, just forget the bus and we'd go home with Tony. But Tony had other plans. He decided it'd be a better idea to take the back seat out of his car to make more room for his speakers, and he'd roll the windows down and drive with the music up loud and kind of have the world wired for sound. It was an interesting feature. But I used to live in Ottawa, and that's where I met Tony, and Tony was a good friend of mine. I moved to Toronto now. Toronto's an interesting town. It's very strange people in Toronto. For instance, this morning, these two guys came banging at my door. This has never happened before, and asked me to be a Jehovah's Witness. Has that ever happened to anybody? Yeah, I told them no. I didn't even see the accident, but they were very persistent. I couldn't believe it. Thank you very much. You're great. Stand up. Better. Thanks.
I'm a soldier here, I'm a Democrat. I guard this wall to keep the communists out. I watch what they're doing and they're doing without. I keep a sharp eye, I keep my gun high. It's not that they're evil, just a little misled. They settle for crumbs while we make real bread. They think all citizens should be in the red. Even church prophets are dead.
I'm a soldier here in East Berlin. I guard this wall to keep the communists in. The athletes can leave as long as they win. So I keep score in the sports war. We can beat the capitalists at every game. Last summer in Moscow, none of them came. But the imperial margin is spread the same. It melts in the Olympic flame. Oh, we don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we're having a ball, guarding this wall side by side. Maybe our outfits are funny, maybe our noses are runny, but we're out in the cold on dogma patrol, side by side. Through all kinds of turmoil, what if the bomb should fall? Just as long as we're together on opposite sides of this wall.
When they've all had their quarrels and parted, our answers will still be guarded.